the mass peaceful demonstration that has been called by the Cameroon Renaissance Movement's president, Professor Maurice Kamto, and we discovered that some CPDM members too have also called a demonstration for that same day, and we are getting so many information, and so we don't know how that day is going to be. And so on this topic today, we are talking on the peaceful demonstration as termed by them, and how it's going to be, whereby the opposition and the ruling party are joining, or some members of the ruling parties have decided to form their own coalition for the demonstration. At this time, I want to turn to the member of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement. In the past, we have been talking of this demonstration, but this time it's like so many other groups have popped up, and we don't know their aim behind joining that 22nd demonstration.
Including men in uniform. I was very happy this afternoon to follow to a military personnel who was calling on other men in uniform to join the people on the street so that we can oust Mr. Biya from the Cameroon presidency. The Itudi presidency was not bad for an individual. At the same time, the U.S. Embassy in Yaoundé has called on its citizen, and you want to believe when we call of citizen with United States passport or nationality, they are not only those born in the U.S., but equally Cameroonian that have taken the U.S. nationality. And in that note, he was reminding them that they call for peaceful protests. The way the government is sharpening their arms, it might turn out to degenerate and create violence. And so they need to be very careful and make sure that they report to the embassy in case of any incident. We are equally talking at a time when REDAC, one of the human rights international defender for Central Africa, came out with a powerful communique to call on the Biya's administration and the dictatorial regime to make sure that they assure the freedom of expression and communication, which is inscribed in the preamble of most international treaties as a means to respect human rights. We are also talking at a time when byriders pull out in Douala and from the Vuri division constituency to the senior divisional officer office to give a memorandum allegedly said to be against the March the 22nd, but behind camera some attest the fact that actually they were invited to the senior divisional office with an intention to give their papers, their bike papers, but unfortunately when they came to the environment or to the senior divisional office premises, they instead discovered that it was for an agenda, a political agenda, to force them to say that they will not be part of the September the 22nd peaceful protest. And that it did not end there. They shipped them further to the governor's office, and the same instruction was given to them. Their leaders were forced to sign some document as to attest that truly it is a syndicate of bike riders that is against. And this come in at a time when some 3 weeks ago we had a hot debate on this platform on the profession of bike riders. Yeah. I want to tell you, and I'm telling with authority here because I was part of the 2018 Race to Itudi, and when going nationwide, we discover how vulnerable this group of people are. The very same people, if you come with 500 francs and the next person come with 1,000 francs, the whole purpose for which you were inciting them is weighed out. So I'm using this scenario to say that it is not good that the government should seize the vulnerability of these people and want to pluck their destiny by involving them in something that they could as well restrain by lack of information. Bringing them in the limelight and deceiving them like that might even make them to be more prompt to join the movement, which for us is a peaceful one. But it's not unfortunate to know that, and you cited this in your introduction, that the CPDM is cooking something malicious for Cameroonians and want to call them, looking in the camera, looking in their eye, to tell them that if the blood of any Cameroonian on the 22nd spill over, then they are going to meet us on their road. They should be. I want to seize this opportunity to already call on their attention to be very careful. We in the Cameroon Renaissance movement, we are talking of peaceful change. And I'm going to learn with a scenario I witnessed at Eneo today. It's not at the order of the day, but it's important I talk about it. That is, they are doing everything to force Cameroonians to the street. And I told them this. Can you imagine that last month we paid our bill and there was leftover? We paid a penalty on the leftover because it has gone past the day that we're supposed to pay. And they came with the disconnection bill. We went and paid the 5,000 extra, and there was a leftover roughly about 9,000 francs. And they have still calculated another quotient and placed over it, pushing it now. We are paying on the same bill. We are paying on the same bill double penalty, which is amounting to about 10,000 francs. I was reminding the chief of Center of Boya today that this is not fair. This is the kind of attitude that is going to push Cameroonians to the streets. And we are saying that Cameroonians should see this opportunity. I'm sure I'm citing my case because I was a victim, and you that do not have the voice to talk about it, where else can you express your frustration? I think September the 22nd is an opportunity for you. We are talking of peaceful change, and you need to come to the city to show Cameroonians that you are disgruntled with all this malicious attitude that individuals are portraying in the republic. I'll come back to explain the meaning of the republic.
We need to have something very clear here. I believe the military will be out on that day to keep peace, to make sure that there shouldn't be any violence, not that they are joining the demonstration.
According to the Liberty Law of 1990, truly that is what the spirit of the law talk of. That the men in uniform, through the instruction of the divisional officers, are supposed to accompany those who are expressing themselves on the streets, following a particular distance.
Okay, because you said
but
they are joining the demonstration.
As it sounds,
yeah.
Instead, the CPGM dictatorial regime are cooking that some individuals are going to come and use weapons on civilians that are protesting peacefully. We reminded Cameroonians that we don't want anybody to take any weapon that day.
But we understand that those CPDM members who want to join the demonstration are those who had been penalized during the disciplinary forum, the disciplinary committee that was called on something. They have decided to come out, but not the CPDM, but some CPDM members who feel that they have been, let me say, marginalized.
I have no comment for them. I'm not their spokesperson. All I know is that the CPDM is looking for an opportunity where there will be clash and that will degenerate to violence. And we are putting before them this tax. Any blood of a Cameroonian that is going to speak, they will have force in front of them.
No, there will be peace, as you call it, peaceful demonstration. At this time, I want to come to Mr. Item Armstrong. We are looking at this demonstration on the 22nd. And by this time, we thought that maybe there will be some kind of reconciliation, that maybe peace will come. But what's your take that maybe there are threats coming from all angles, from some civilians, party members? We see some CPDM members who have come up to say, okay, they are going on the street, especially those who were disciplined during their CPDM disciplinary committee.
I think the issue of in the northwest and the southwest, to me, is just an incubator of it has given people that leverage to go out and fight for their right. Normally, the constitution is clear on peaceful demonstration. That is an inherent human right.
Yeah.
People have the right to go out and express themselves unperturbed. They shouldn't be disturbed once they are expressing their right, if only that it is peaceful. But come to think of it, if you look at it from this angle,
Yes.
the demonstration that has been put in place by the MRC boss, Maurice Kamto, is focused, it appears it's focused on an individual, that is the head of state, to ask the head of state. And the question that many Cameroonians ask, how will this intention to pull down the head of state benefit an ordinary Cameroonian? Is it a selfish ambition of an individual to pull down the head of state so that he will man the luxurious position of the head of state to continue maneuvering the resources of the territory? But I am neither an envoy of the head of state here. What I know is that when we talk of demonstration can either be to advocate for a change or to show support for an act that is good. It is a gathering of people who are either thanking or appreciating an act or standing against a particular act that is not good. But in this context, we, the peace-loving citizens of Cameroon, are saying that two elephants shouldn't push our peace-loving Cameroonians who have gone through a lot of stress from poverty, from crisis, from all angles. Cameroonians are entrapped with stress. At this time, we want the peace of God. That is, in fact, the peace that we deserve to reign. Let politicians spare us of this so-called demonstration, fire to fire, and whatever you can call. Maurice Kamto is asking for an authorization to come out to, as he calls it, a peaceful demonstration. But his intention of the demonstration is to pull down the president and to mount power. And now
maybe he has not declared that. He just said just a peaceful demonstration to say that things
you remember
are not...
he made a statement that if the head of state does not address the issues in the northwest and the southwest, and to revive the electoral code and the penal code, any attempt to push forward the agenda of the regional election will automatically push them out to the street, asking that is to remove him from power. He has made it clear. It therefore means that ipso facto, he's going out to the street, he's focused to pull down the head of state from power. And the president of the Republic of Cameroon is under a party, a ruling party. You will not expect the governor of the Southwest region and the 10 regions of Cameroon, his ministers who are from the same party, to sit and fold their hands. And that is why Atangaji is on the deck to say that if anything comes to dares to act contrary to the interest of the election, he will have it.
Mr. Atem Armstrong, you were not here the other time, but if you look at it, a group of CPDM members who were sanctioned during the disciplinary committee, some senators, mayors, and so on, they are also like trying to come out on that day. Do you see it as a kind of planned act that maybe will inflame the situation on that day? Do you see a kind of planned act by the party or those individuals of that party?
Normally, the CPDM as an entity, to the best of my knowledge, CPDM has been divided. If you look at it from the regional, the subdivision, the divisional and the subdivisional level, you realize that once there is an election, for example, the municipal election that came up, you will see more than 7 to 8 lists from the same subdivision. It's to show you that the same party is not in unison. Therefore, those politicians are people who have diverse views, even though the party has a roadmap and a particular ideology. So now, if you don't abide to the ideology of the party, it is just natural. Okay, if CPDM is to lead Cameroonians to suffering as Cameroonians are complaining today, automatically it's their vision, and if you want to move out to better the standard of Cameroonians, you have to be sanctioned. So if they are coming out also, it might appear to me much of a distraction. But those are internal affairs of the party, and it has nothing to do with the demonstration that Kamto is putting in place. Perhaps they could demonstrate on any other day. They have not put up a date to be 22. Why are they coming out to demonstrate with Kamto? except they are saying that except you are indirectly telling me that some CPDM militants are already taking side with MRC to pull down the President of the Republic.
Okay, let me come to Mr. Jomo Cyril. A few days ago, we're talking of the vulnerability of bike men, and we see them being used now. What's your plan in your party also to use them on that day?
No, I want to correct you there.
Yeah.
We don't have any plan to use any Cameroonian. We have plans to educate Cameroonian, and my presence on this platform every evening is attesting to that.
Okay.
Selflessly, audaciously, I always contribute my part to see that the bike riders, the taxi drivers, the ladies and boys in the call box, and many people who struggle day to day to put food on their table have a bit of information that our national media have corrupted information, and some with only this program every evening to have a much more transparent and balanced news. And so going to the street is because some do not have the luxury of having this TV, some do not have the luxury of having internet, and we are going to meet them at their workplace and teach them what is happening with the nation. It's not more than two issues. First, the Anglophone crisis that Mr. Biya has proven not to be the person who will solve it. And secondly, the electoral code, which is not consensual, which is not harmonized, which does not seek the opinion and consent of those who are not part of the uniparty system that Cameroon is currently having in so many decades after the launch of democracy. I think that is where we should reinstate the debate. But seriously, you are having pundits of the regime that are painting a dark picture to a protest. And so many people are even confused truly. Why is the Yaoundé administration so scared of peaceful protests?
Yeah, I was to come to that.
But the answer is simple. They have fooled people through all their institutions. All the institutions that are in place have been bleached, has been maneuvered. Take, for example, for your command, the three arms of the government, the judiciary and the legislative that are supposed to share power with the administrative. They are not actually sharing power. Their only weakness, they only suffer the side effects of the arrogant administration that we have. And even within the administration, those who refuse to be forefront fighters are not promoted. It is only in Cameroon and only in the Biya's administration that we will see people migrate from nothing to something simply because they pay allegiance. That we will see learned professors of the university be forced to rub their mouths, to play nice to a regime that is causing harm to their own locality where they come from. We have seen people come on air, unable to defend an ideology, even which they are being taught in school. I think our school has, for those who have had the privilege to go to the university, to study citizenship. Maybe they have a way they call it in the university. And how do you explain that people who teach citizenship in school come on platform and are holding completely different story? So back to the topic that we are talking about today, it should be said simple that the G20 also has come out recently to back Mr. Biya and stand against the president of the Catholic Episcopal Conference, National Conference, Bishop Abraham Kome, who in his outing, he joined Monsignor Kleda of Douala to say that they should not force people to align to a particular party. We are not in the era of unipartism.
But if I look at these Roman Catholic men,
yes,
have instead said the government should sit up, the government should try and solve this problem. They are not into supporting what is ongoing because they believe the government is the guarantor of peace. But are you trying to say that they are on the side of the government or the Cameroon Renaissance movement?
Truly, they have acted maturely. They haven't taken any sides.
Okay.
But they have made sure to remind to the government that if any blood, if anybody died, because the government have sent military on the field, then the government will be held responsible. Maybe not in plain word like this, but in reminding the government in his own responsibility to make sure that he allows people to express themselves. And those are the basic tenets of democracy.
Does Professor Maurice Kamto have the capability of bringing down a baobab tree like the Bia's regime?
I could see through your eyeglass simply because the intention that Professor, the Messiah, Maurice Kamto, pushed out in the early hours of this protest was premature. Okay? When he said he wants to oust Mr. Bia, it was an overstatement because he was sounding as a warning, of which he already went on the street on the 26th of January 2019 when he was picked up. He went out through a protest that was baptized a white protest, aimed at electoral hold-up, the Anglophone crisis, and still the electoral code. And 1 year after, he was kidnapped, jailed for 9 months, and he was freed. And so many months after, the Mr. Bia regime has not shifted an inch from their position that they had then. And instead, they are coming out through the zealous and acute position of some leaders to terrorize Cameroonians, okay, to create fear in the mind of Cameroonians, whom are living in misery, in abject poverty. And so what should stop a Cameroonian that cannot put food on his table, that is witnessing the ravish of war in the northwest and the southwest, that has never had the opportunity to join even the subsection of the CPDM because he is not wealthy, to not to go to the street and demonstrate his frustration.
Okay.
So many of you young people out even wish not to take risks in the opposition to join the CPDM, but their doors are closed. Their doors are closed. If you get there, you will need to have a particular godfather to ascend the ladder. So we should seize this opportunity to free our country when the forefathers of democracy, and that is why I'm going to learn, Mr. Moderator, enacted laws of democratic principles. It was not to maintain an individual group or a selected group of few at the at the top of the republic, but it was to redistribute resources so that the grassroots can eventually ascend to state property and manage public issues. That was the intent, and Mr. Bia and his government have defied from it.
Okay, let me come to you while you maybe draw more breath. Let me come to you, Mr. Armstrong. Don't you think that Professor Kamto at this time with the situation in Cameroon, he's just merely biting so much to chew, whereby we thought that this should have been a time where all Cameroonians should have say, oh, we need peace, and everybody try to bring back peace in Cameroon?
I think you have used the right word. Professor Maurice Kamto is really biting a lot to chew. And the thing that disturbs my mind is why must he come out only during elections? If Kamto has the love for Cameroonians, and Kamto want to push the agenda for the development of Cameroon and for the betterment of Cameroon, there are more better days for Kamto to come out with a good vision and to lead a protest against the regime. He must not be around election periods. Automatically, it somehow speaks bad of him. That is power-centered. And if you look at Cameroonians today, we are not looking at people who are so much interested in gaining power. We are looking at people, we want people who will be standing to better the interests of Cameroon, and they should be genuine. Now, Kamto might be biting a lot to shoot because, as the CRM rightly pointed out, the G20 are out to, as normal, to give their support to the head of state, President Paul Biya, that they are with him. And if you agree with me, you will come to agree that Kamto does not have up to 20 opposition parties in his lineage. And if they want to come by voting of the opposition leaders as to whether the election should hold or not, Kamto, the head of state, His Excellency President Paul Biya, will still have the majority. Now, the President of the Republic have not, maybe he might not have done his best, but we are saying that if you want to lead a protest, come out clearly on your agenda. Don't endanger the life of other people. And I'm also calling on the security of Cameroon to also give the peace-loving Cameroonians a chance. If they are the Kamto is having a tussle with the head of state, they should hijack Kamto and his die-hard militants to Kundengi and free the peace-loving Cameroonians, so that at the end we will not have blood split. Because what disturbs my mind as a civilian is that after all this, you will see my beloved peace-loving Cameroonians being killed and abandoned at the roadside, and the main people who are tussling, they will be set free.
Is one more dead not too much again in Cameroon?
That's the problem. Cameroonians are traumatized, and in fact, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. I am calling on the head of state to handle this issue with a lot of intelligence, so that he doesn't take it to the extreme where our peace-loving Cameroonians' life might be endangered the more. It may be Kamto might have his intention to grasp power, but we are calling on the head of state, who is the commander of the armed force, to be to have mercy.
The statistic shows that if you look at Africa especially, let me put it this way, there's no seated president who has ever been removed by elections.
Yes, that is why if you look, we have to be law abiding. Yeah. The law is clear that coup d'etat are unlawful. Yeah. I mean, unlawful. Now, if you are coming out to, if you read Kamto's in between the line, you will realize that he's technically planning for a coup on the 22. And which we, the peace-loving people of Cameroon and the world at large, are saying that the manner in which you can pull down a president of the republic is through the ballot. And the 2018 presidential election has proven that he did not pull down the head of state.
Okay, Mr. Njomo Cyril, I'm already calling you Mr. Kamto. Mr. Njomo Cyril, what's the relationship between Kamto, the CRM, and the France government, and maybe the president of France?
None. The truth be told, that if there was any relationship, I bet you the Cameroon Neza movement could have taken power following the 2018 race to Etudi.
Are you saying that
because even when the Messiah, Professor Maurice Kamto, went to France for a peaceful tour, he would not see anywhere that the French administration gave him an audience. All his audiences were published, at least in our party. And no, Kamto has not connived with any international country to take power in Cameroon, but is only decrying that no life should be wasted because of a stubborn regime. But I was taken out of shame. My mind was almost cracked down when I was listening to certain things about Professor Maurice Kamto. First, why is it that he only chose election period? I want to remind that in January 26, when he went out, there was no election announced. He simply decided that since the Biya regime has decided to invite Transparency International observers to come and rig election in Cameroon, with the collaboration of the Constitutional Council and the Ministry of Territorial Administration, plus the election organizing body in Cameroon, ELECAM, that he will not sit and watch thieves carry his property plus his wife and be playing in front of him. He thought that by then the children were mature enough to understand his crime, call on his children that no, they should go and reivindicate for his legitimate rights, which the thieves incarnated by Mr. Bia decided to capture him, to kidnap him and put in prison. Then, as if that was not enough,
that is
a bona fide,
I
withdraw it.
That is against the in-house
I withdraw it.
policy of
CMTV. But when I was saying thief, it was a way to caricature the picture, because some of those who are watching us have not gone to school to your level, moderator, and so you will permit me talk to their level. If you stop me from talking from byriders, those who are first school because of no income, permit me talk to them, because those are the people I meet on daily basis.
CMTV is not part of that statement.
No, I'm saying that I've used an analogy. We all study philosophy, and you know when they see cases of analogy, I took the case of a family where they come and rob your family. I don't know why
a legally recognized government as thieves. The president of this country.
With Transparency International.
No.
I see the picture here.
If they were thieves,
how does your conscience accept that, Mr. Aite?
They accepted the Cameroonians put them in power.
Okay, Mr.
And Cameroonians cannot sit and watch you calling their government thief.
Mr. Aite, let me come back to Mr. Njomo Siril. Don't you think that if this demonstration has been termed peaceful demonstration, and I believe Professor Campto knows the history of demonstrations in this country and Africa especially, do you see any demonstration in this country to be peaceful?
Of course, yes.
Because you should be conscious that there must be loss of lives.
No,
so
excuse me. You are directing your question to the wrong target. Okay? It is to the Jacobin government that you should be asking this question.
Okay.
The Joe is up there, the governor is up there. It is to them that you should ask the question, because they are the ones to order men in uniform to go on the street with the guns, and they are going to shoot. Now, if they go and shoot people who are protesting against malaise, against poverty, against gerontocracy,
maybe they will do that on terrorists.
Is it the wrong thing to cry to your father that you are hungry?
Oh, okay.
I wanted to use that caricature again to explain to the layman, because I keep insisting that those who follow us are not your level. Okay. So permit me once in a while to talk to them. And so I was explaining, dear friends, that truly, even on the 26th, because we should not be talking as if it has never happened, it's the deja vu. We did that on the 26th of January 2019, and you were with us. It should tell you that even all those that they arrested, following the Penal Code Article 41, they were explaining to us that when you will be caught, they will try you under the law of territorial integrity, and you'll be given a life jail. Lives. We are not inventing democracy. As we practice democracy in Africa, so is it practiced in every other sub-Saharan Africa. And we have signed international treaty. You need not to be lured. Don't be afraid. Because what is creating panic in your mind is less than the misery. The question that your wife keeps asking you every night about the future of the children. We are 2 weeks to back to school. You have been unjustly suspended from your job because of COVID-19. It was not your fault. Government in other countries have done everything to give remedial courses to unemployed citizens so that they can catch up with the digital world. What have your own government done? Okay. I'm talking about the national and the local government. Nothing. They keep using your funds, the little funds that the international community send to fight and bring humanitarian aid to the people. They have jumped on it, embezzled to send their families and friends abroad. Will you just sit and be watching that? I will not sit. I am inviting you to use your brain. I was shocked on this platform. I'm talking to my friend because one moderator.
Moderator, I hope this is not a platform to say
I'll be coming back to you, Mr. Item. If you look at it, is it not like a kind of by a dance that some of these people that Professor Campto or parties and personality that Professor Kamto lobbied? Are they not trying to dance a kind of Baya dance? Because up to now, none of them have come out to really say that, okay, we are 100% with Kamto on that day.
They are afraid.
Why because they are just playing with their words.
You put it right. They are afraid. You know, one thing that gives me the confidence is that Kamto is playing along, all along. During the 2018 presidential, he instilled hope in the poor Cameroonians that he will automatically enter a 2D. But this is 2020. He cannot pull down the head of state.
Yeah, no, what we are saying.
Let me answer your question.
Yes.
The people trust the president of the republic. That he is the last man standing. He is the only person who can instruct and decide on issues relating to this country. That is why they don't want to take an extreme point with Kamto that will lead to failure tomorrow and they become losers. They are afraid. And if you look at them, you know, in Cameroon, what they always do is that they want to use opposition parties. The opposition party want to align with somebody who has a stronger voice so that they recognize them. And the head of state is good. He always makes gestures to the opposition parties. I'm sure that he will recognize them if only they come to him to join the G20, maybe to give G30 or G25 as you can call it, to give their votes to the head of state. The president of the Republic of Cameroon is somebody who is always consistent. He uses good words to address his people. If we have this kind of regime like the representative...
Good word like assimilating Anglophone...
No, it's not an issue of assimilation.
Okay.
Assimilation are issues of constitutional. He is not the constitution of Cameroon. The constitution is put in place by the Nationals of Assembly, and the National Assembly is not the president of the republic. He only enacts it once they have deliberated. It is the minds and the intention of your brothers who have represented you people at the National Assembly. Now, if you look at the people who are talking of leading us, they are already calling people thieves. They are already using some kind of hard terms, hard words. They are not good for leadership.
These politicians who are dancing the Baya dance go for before for back. Don't you think? Let me come. Don't you think? Because if you look at Madame Kawala, who has been talking of ousting the president, we will look at Prince Ekoso of the United Democratic Party. If we look at Nijon Frundi of the SDF and his party, if we look at all other politicians, don't you think that if they have been talking of this government not being the best, then at this time, they are not coming out clearly? Are they not setting up somebody like...
You know, nobody can align himself with somebody who does not have clear-cut objectives of good governance. No. You know, if you look at one thing that these opposition parties, Prince Ekoso, and Kawala, Ejik Kawala, and many others have been decrying, is the marginalization of the Anglophones by the present regime. But the person whom you feel they should have aligned themselves with, that is the MRC. If you look at their recent little cabinet reshuffle in their party that they did, how many Anglophones were there? Is it speaking the same? So these people are scared. They don't want to, if at this meager level, they have not even mounted the rostrum of power. They are marginalizing Anglophones. Then how much more? I think the president of the republic, the President Pobia and the CPDM are doing a lot to Anglophones if you come to that, if you want to compare them vis-a-vis MRC at this meager level. Now, what we are saying is that the forces of law and order will not blink to hold hostage anybody who wants to jeopardize the peace of Cameroon again. Because if they come out on the 22 and they want to destroy public properties and they want to use outrageous statements, hate speech, which is illegal, like my fellow MRC member is saying here, the forces of law and order will have to maintain serenity. And when they are maintaining serenity, it doesn't mean that they are not professional.
Before I go back to Mr. Njomosiri for us to round up with this topic, don't you think that if we look at this situation all around, Cameroonians lack the attitude, the ability, the interest of reading manifestos? Because if you look at the manifestos of Professor Kamto from the time he came into like an opposition party. What do you have to say about a good manifesto of that nature?
Look, one thing that politicians know
Yes.
is that manifesto is good, but the body motion and the physical outing of the person who has to execute the manifesto speaks louder than the manifesto. The manifesto is just an ordinary paper that you can still at one point change some provisions of the manifesto. Now, if you look at it, we are talking with the present, what is on ground. We should not be so much excited with what we don't know or what we have not yet achieved. What we are saying is the manifesto might speak well, but what is he doing? This is the crisis in the Northwest and the Southwest region. Maurice Kamto has not come on ground to sympathize with Anglophones.
Somebody said...
Now, if you look at the CPDM have gone, they have sent efforts to Northwest, Southwest, even though the CPDM might not be the best. But at their little corner, that what we are saying is CPDM is not a single individual.
Okay.
If you heads are like giving bad image about CPDM, you should not condemn the whole regime, and you should not be thinking the president of the republic must have overstayed his welcome as the head of state, but he is the natural candidate of the party. There is nothing we can do about it because the party has maintained him as the natural candidate. He will not have to live until he dies.
Mr. Item Mastro, are you a descendant of the CPDM party?
I am not a descendant of the CPDM,
Okay,
but
because it's a natural... Okay.
I am, if you look at the
Yes,
party.
what I can say is that
Yeah.
blinds are falling.
If you notice, even on the platform, blinds are falling. Those who are behind the misery of the Northwest and Southwest are exposing themselves. That somebody won election with 71%, and the other person who had just 14% is calling for a street protest, and there is panic nationwide. I leave to you to be able to draw conclusions.
Which report show
But what
that
is really
the person
making
won?
the
There's no
government
report.
to be
Mr.
panicked?
Ambassador,
That's
these
why
are
I'm
things that
telling
should
you
not
that-
entertain on the
No,
platform.
wait,
You-
wait. I'm
he
coming to
doesn't
something.
have evidence.
Wait,
The
I'm-
election that is coordinating the election have not said that somebody won
By the
election.
time I come
When-
back to
when I
you,
will start
would like you to
interjecting.
I would like you to tell our audience what
Who-
you
who-
think.
who learn to sit
what
quiet.
What do you think is making the...
Excuse me, I have the floor. When I will start interjecting, we'll learn to sit quiet on this platform.
Yes.
So I was trying to explain that truly we needed a time like this one,
Yeah.
and a protest like the one that is coming, to see some other few identified black legs that were still amongst us. They have openly told us today their stand, and we have taken note of that. And so I want to push
I
forward.
hope that's not a threat.
No, at all.
You see,
Everybody has.
These are
Because
terrorist
taking
terminologies.
notes-
These are
taking
terrorist
notes-
terminologies
taking
that should not be
notes of-
entertained on the platform. You cannot be calling me a black leg in which conflict?
We are concluding on this topic.
No.
Mr. Njomosiri, please. Mr. Njomosiri.
All this,
yes,
all
adding to
this
what you have to say.
agitation will not in any way
Yes.
dissipate me from the focus I have. So people should not bother themselves to try to agitate on the platform. Once I've said that, permit me, Mr.
just land
Moderator,
off.
to ride on with the cabinet reshufflement that took place in the Cameroon Renaissance movement.
Yes.
There were 14 positions plus 4 deputy. Out of the 14 main positions, 5 were Anglophones. Or 5 are Anglophones because
Can
it's,
you name
it's
them on
current.
this platform?
No,
This
no,
is
Okay.
I'm coming
Okay.
to
This
you.
is deception.
If-
You
if-
cannot be deceiving
if the young man-
Anglophones. You
You
should
know,
name them.
I'm coming to
I have a source that I can direct you because I have.
It's not
They send the topic. They
20
send.
seconds, 20
They send.
seconds.
He cannot come on open air and expose his ignorance. They send the topics that we are discussing today, and all of us had the assignment to go and research. And so this was part of his research. If he's calling on Cameroon, I should be the one to be supplying him information on the platform. I want to say I was not mandated for that.
Information.
Sir, can you sit quiet and listen?
Marginalized in your
Please.
Can you
cabinet.
take your pen,
Okay,
please?
They were marginalized in your cabinet.
Yeah,
You
you-
should try to defend
I'm
what. This
coming
is
back to
one
you.
thing
So
that we.
Yes.
I was explaining that
Come
I
back,
tried
yes.
I tried on myself to,
Yes.
to do the calculation on that.
Yes,
That if
yes.
out of 10 regions,
Yes.
10 people are 14 people are to be nominated, and to the Northwest and the Southwest alone,
they give them 5.
Yeah.
What fraction does it make? It's about 34.6%.
Okay.
And do you say that 2 regions out of 8? It means that the 8 other regions have less than 70%.
Okay.
Okay, I'm talking about my party.
Lastly,
And so I wanted to bring that fact to help our viewers notice with me that there is somebody that has been picked from somewhere, I don't know where, to come on the platform, and he's dressing from one sweeping statement to the other, and he has unveiled himself today about his speech, and I will land there, please.
Yeah.
About his speech.
You cannot be calling a recognized
You have been able.
and you expect me to form you should be right sooner.
You have been able.
That is opting to take
Mr.
over.
You see,
Item
government
about
and
his
manage them
speech.
properly.
Mr.
You should be
Antemaster,
right
please,
sooner.
I'll be coming back to you.
About his speech.
15 seconds, please.
Listening is one of the most matured characteristics that a panelist can exhibit in the public area.
Statements and are
So
insulting
when
people on the platform.
people are short of
You
arguments,
should be rational.
they start attacking. They
Gentlemen,
start attacking their co-panelists.
Just
You
gentlemen
were
of
part
respect.
of the beginning. You were in the beginning of this
Okay,
program.
okay. At this time,
When
Mr.
I took my
Jomosiri,
time to
Mr.
appreciate
Jomosiri, I have a last
the
question.
presence of this gentleman on the
Mr.
platform
Jomosiri, I have
and
a
see what he
please.
becomes.
Don't attack my
coming.
personality.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
ashamed.
about
Mr. Item,
I am
coming back to
ashamed.
you, please. Mr. Jomosiri, I have a last
Oh, no.
question to you. Now that these individuals of the political scene, political parties and so on, dancing in front or behind, they are not coming out clearly, which other lobbies have you people made as the CRM?
Oh, it's already a very good thing to note here that following the early announcement of the peaceful protest, the president of my party and the president-elect of every Cameroonian, all Cameroonian, except for the Constitutional Council and some few members that have unveiled themselves on this platform today, went after other political parties, and it is with a lot of joy that we received today a message from UNDP, the party of Bello Buba Maigari in Mayore. It's a division, it's a wide division in the far north, who came out and said that no, they will not be going in for this masquerade in the name of election of December the 6th to accomplish or to finalize the democratic processes as far as the decentralization of 1996 is concerned. And he established some facts which is not different from what we are living in Fako or in other parts of the country. That is, some few privileged chiefs have taken upon themselves to have all the seats that were allocated for in the detriment of others, and in other divisions, the disproportionate redistribution of position.
Are you saying that Bello Buba Maigari is a new lobby you people have?
Excuse me, the question was about how far we have gone, and I was trying to. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Don't bring that into my foot. I was trying to explain that this is the latest.
Yeah.
Now, add to that PAP of Njang, and a number of other parties that may not be well recognized, but are from the Anglophone fraction. Okay. Because one thing that Professor the Messiah Kamto, the president-elect of this nation, successfully did is that he was able to bring closer to him a good fraction of the Anglophone, and come to think that they constitute might be roughly 20% of the Cameroonian population.
No, his party is not represented in part of the Anglophone. I cannot see campaign in Bamenda or in Mount
5 seconds more, please.
Or in Meme. Where is his party?
No,
you cannot be trying to deceive Anglophone.
Gentlemen.
If Kamto want to do real politics, he should come to the Northwest and do politics.
Gentlemen, can you exhibit a bit of respect for yourself?
Gentlemen, please.
Oh no.
Please, can you conclude?
Yeah, so I was explaining that.
Your last word for this topic.
Seeing that the population of Anglophone in this country is roughly about 20% or so, that Kamto should grab all this 20% to himself truly. I think it's something that we should be clapping. For so far, he has grabbed almost all the 20% of the Anglophone to his own side. I think it's something that we should clap for.
Yeah, last word for this topic, Mr. Item.
You know, when I was listening keenly
you don't attack people's personality.
Yeah.
I think if he's sitting and listening, I'm one of the panelists who is good.
Who have attacked my personality throughout, and you are
what I know is that Maurice Kamto of the CROM has made an outing. And he's seeking, the government he has refused to recognize as a legitimate government. He is still the one moving to offices, in short, he's still the one moving to offices still headed by most of the officials of the CPDM to seek authorization for a march. And now they have refused authorization.
It's lawful.
Let me come.
Yes.
They have rejected that they can't give any authorization for any demonstration that it is illegal, or which is focused on pulling down an individual, or is technically calling a coup. Now, Kamto, he is saying that Kamto has a majority of Anglophones. If you ask me, in which part of the Anglophone is Kamto's party represented?
Political party. Do you
He
have
is
a political
not represented.
party?
No, don't ask whether I have a political party or not. I am speaking for myself. You are speaking for yourself.
No.
Gentlemen of respect, at this time, dear viewers, we shall be going for a very short break. When we come back, we shall still be discussing on problems in Cameroon, the Anglophone problem, especially where the Naira 10, that is Sisiko Ayuk Tabe and co. have been sentenced to life jail. That is what we shall be discussing when we come back.